Okay, welcome to today's live stream. You probably caught the name of this live stream, which is manifestation. One of my favorite subjects that I love to talk about. I'm feeling great today, and my intention is that you're going to feel great as well after listening to this live stream. It's so important, our feelings and our emotions. They play such a key part as to how our life is created. I want to show you, I want to help you make the connection in this live stream. Our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions are creating our reality. Now, not everybody believes that. My job is not to try to convince people of anything. I'm here to share information. I'm here to share with you what has transformed my own life. And perhaps some of the wisdom that I have learnt, that I have been taught, you can apply. And you can watch the same thing happen for you. I'm going to welcome a few of you. I know people are jumping in. I'm seeing you joining we've got people from North America and the UK and here in Australia. We have Eastern Europe. Welcome to you. Say hello as you're jumping in. We have Heather. Welcome, Heather. Forgive me as I look down to read your comments. Aaron, Hilda, Heather, Soren. Welcome to all of you. I'm going to talk about manifestation today. I'm going to show you how powerful you really are. I've said in the past that our thoughts are powerful. I believe that to be true. But to break that down a little bit, it's not so much that our thoughts are powerful. It is that we are powerful. And because we are powerful, what we give our focus, what we give our attention to becomes powerful. Do you see how this works? You as a powerful being, a creator, are going to have particular thinking. You're either going to have optimistic thoughts or you're going to have pessimistic thoughts. You being powerful give power to the thoughts. Therefore, the thoughts create your reality. That is why it is very important to give attention, to pay attention to where we are giving our energy, what we are giving our energy to. Your thoughts are going to create your world. Your thoughts have been creating your world every moment up till you're now. This is why it's so important that we create intentionally rather than leave it to chance and allow negativity to shape and create our world. For the vast majority of people, this is what they are doing. They are creating their life. They're unaware of it, that they are the master of their life, that they're the master of their reality, that they're the creator of their reality. And they often blame circumstances. They blame the past. They blame the economy. They blame every outer condition, believing that outer conditions are shaping their reality, when in actuality, they are the power that is creating through their thoughts and beliefs. Now, I want to show you this in a little bit more detail. What we speak is what we believe. What we think is the conclusion of the part of our lives that we've got to. It's become habitual thinking. At any given moment, you can pivot and change. You can move from pessimism to optimism. You can go from blaming to releasing and allowing you to raise your frequency and vibration. See, everything in existence is energy. You are energy. Every thought you're having, every emotion that you are experiencing, it's all energy. My question for you, what energy level are you vibrating at? Is your energy way down in pessimism, in survival mode, trying to get by, concerned and worried about the next bill that is coming in? Is that where your focus is? Because where your focus is what will expand in your life. What you give attention to. Thoughts become things. It's crucial when it comes to manifestation that we know what we want. A lot of people are not clear. The universe is responding to your energy. If you're vibrating at a lower frequency, if you're vibrating at a level of negativity, you're going to see negativity increase. Let's look at one single day. In a single day, we have an opportunity in every event to either be elevating our frequency and vibration or descending our frequency and vibration. In any given day. This is where it's important. Our thoughts create the conditions of our life. I want this live stream today to help elevate and make you feel good. Because when you feel good, your vibrational energy will attract more good to you. Life is responding to you energetically. It's responding to your words, it's responding to your thoughts, but more importantly, it's responding to you energetically. This is why I began this and said you are a powerful being. Your power comes from your being, and you infuse every thought you have, which then becomes powerful. Thoughts in themselves have no power. It's the power that we give the thoughts that infuse them with either power to create positively or power to create negatively. And you get to choose. You get to choose what life you have. Who notices that when they're having a bad day, one event after another, almost synchronistically is being created through a negative mindset? Who's had those days? Let me know in the comments. Thoughts creating things. It's like a downward spiral that happens. You have a negative thought, you fall out of bed the wrong way, and then you hit your toe, and then you break something, and then someone cuts you off in traffic and you get all of the red lights, and then someone is rude to you, and then someone spills coffee on you. And in every one of those events, you further and further descend into negativity. And you further and further decrease your vibration. And times we have the opportunity to elevate and relinquish the negativity and raise our vibration. A lot of people will criticize things like the law of attraction and say, well, I've heard it all before. You know how much I listen to others that share on this subject? I do it every single day, because every day I'm wiring my brain, wiring my consciousness, attuning my consciousness to create the life I want. This information does not get old. The question for you is, where is your predominant focus? Where is the predominance of your thinking going? Is it listening to messages like this on a regular basis and being reminded by either me or somebody else of this message? Or is it in habitual thinking about all of the challenges, the lack, the limitation, the scarcity? Because you don't get what you want, you get what you are, you get what you're thinking about, you get what you're giving your energy to. And those things become your life. One of the big aspects to manifestation is how we feel. And feeling good cannot be underestimated when it comes to manifestation. You have to feel good, because a feel-good feeling is sending out a feel-good vibration. What happens in a magnetic universe, what happens in this magnetic reality, is that our energy attracts back to us that which we are a vibrational match to. If you're energetically in doom and gloom and pessimism and lack and limitation and negativity, guess what you're going to attract to yourself? You guessed it. All the things you don't want. So what you have to do is get clear about what you do want and be a vibrational match to that. That is why feeling good, one of the highest states of vibration, is joy into joy. How do you do it? How do you bring joy into your life? Put on music that uplifts you. Put on positive messages like this that inspire and uplift you. Get your energy aligned to what you want to create. And then you're a vibration and an energetic match to it, and it has to show up in your experience. It can't be any other way. That's why they call it a law. Oh, but Paul, maybe it doesn't work for me. Perhaps it doesn't work for me. And yet, we can work it. We have the power to change it. Now, as we go through this live stream, I'm going to be answering some questions. I want to get to some of the questions that people have. Your questions are important to me. And I want you to ask some of the things that are important. Aaron, we've got some questions that have been submitted by email. Can you let me know the first question that has been submitted via email today? let us know what the first question. The first question is from Erica. She asked, how does the law of attraction work? It's a great question. How does it work? It is energetic. We live in an energetic universe. Think of a magnet. How does a magnet work? That which is a vibrational match to it. There's power behind it, there's force behind it, there's intention and energy that brings it together. Attraction brings attraction. When it comes to relationships, if you don't see yourself as beautiful and attractive, you will not attract someone that you perceive as beautiful and attractive. You know what you will attract to yourself? What you are. If you hate yourself and remember that we can't trick the universe. Because it's not what we want, it's it's magnetic. See, the universe will never say no to you. The universe will only respond to you at an energetic level. Now, Aaron, is our sound better? Can you clarify, Aaron, in the comments, if the crackling up was a microphone issue or a streaming data issue? Can you clarify that for me in the chat? Because we want today's live stream to be as seamless as possible. Aaron says it better. Can you confirm that to me, Aaron, if it is a microphone issue or it's a data issue? There is a difference to knowing. And it was data. Sometimes we have lagginess with the internet. Perhaps it's the energy. Perhaps it can't take the energy. Sometimes it's perfect. It seems to be when I pick up my energy, its energy decreases. But as long as you can hear me, and Aaron is always in the chat moderating, and he's always reminding me throughout this and pointing out anything that goes wrong. So send Aaron some love. He is such a blessing to me and a part of this work so much. I could not do all of the things I do without the support of Aaron and Aaron's wonderful energy that he brings. Visualizing. I asked a couple of days ago, who can visualize effectively? Visualization is one of the key components to manifestation. You have to see what you want to create. You have to visualize it. You have to be able to know it in here for you to see it out there. It's just a part of the energy and the energetic match. I'm going to give you an example. I worked with a woman, and she was wanting to get pregnant. And she had done like a lot of women had done. She'd gone through IVF. And she'd done her visualization. She was trying to manifest, trying to get pregnant. All of her focus was on getting pregnant, getting pregnant, getting pregnant. All of her visualizations were around getting pregnant. She was trying to visualize herself getting pregnant, and nothing worked. She wasn't getting pregnant. She had a vision board. She was trying to visualize getting pregnant. When we worked together and we made a subtle realignment, she was pregnant in a month. Now, do you know how she did it? We worked together and I asked her, I want you to visualize yourself holding that baby, nursing that baby. I want you to visualize yourself hearing the baby cry and you soothing the baby. She moved her visualization from trying to get key here, trying to get pregnant, to having a baby. Do you see the difference? Who can see it? Her message to the universe was getting. And the universe was responding with more getting. So she was never in the process of creating. The subtle realignment, bringing it in to the now moment, bringing in the reality of the baby in her arms and hearing the voice and visualizing the baby itself created the baby. She became an energetic match to that baby, and within a month she was pregnant and has a beautiful baby boy now. What is it in your life you want to create? Is it a baby? Is it abundance? Is it a new job or a career? A relationship? What is it? Let me know in the comments what you want to create in your life. Now, it's really important that we're very clear with the universe, because the universe doesn't respond to what you want. The universe responds to what you are. If you don't believe it, you won't see it. I'm going to say that again. If you don't believe it, you won't see it, because you get what you are. Now, here's a big one. And this relates to negativity. What we think about other people, we might get caught up in negativity, about talking badly about other people, gossiping, saying, you don't know what she's like. Can you believe what she did to me last week? And she did it to him and did it to them. Oh, she's a real piece, that one. Real piece of work. And she's always going and doing that. What you've just done when you criticize another, you've done that to yourself, and you are bringing to yourself all of the judgment and the negativity that you put towards another. How often do we criticize other people and then we find ourselves being criticized or berated or unloved by the people that we want love from? Come on, I know this is resonating with people because these are universal truths. These are not my truths. These are the universal truths. I'm just the messenger. Who have you been talking about negatively, even if it's just in your own mind? It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's your energy that you're emitting. Think of yourself like an antenna. You emit a frequency. And that frequency is received by the universe, and then that frequency is what creates your reality. What reality do you want? What frequency are you emitting? Is it negativity? Is it pessimism? Is it criticism towards yourself, towards others? Those that are most critical of other people are first and foremost most critical of themselves. That is the frequency. That is their antenna. That is the energy in which they emit. And that is what they get back. One of the best things you can do is cease to criticize anything or anybody, so you prevent any of that energy coming back to you. This is why when I said earlier, we have to feel good. I came on and opened this live today and I said, I feel good today. And by the end of this live, I want you to feel good. Why? Why do I want you to feel good? Why do I need to bring myself into an energy? Why do I need to create an energy for myself of feel good? Because the feeling that I have is the vibration that I'm emitting. If I feel good, then I'm attracting more goodness to me. I'm attracting more positivity to me. I'm attracting more of the things I desire to me than I want in my life. See, the vast majority of people are just thinking and saying and talking about everything that they do not want. And they're the exact individuals that get all of those things in abundance. I never pay my bills. I never afford. I can't afford. My job doesn't pay enough. Do you think your job is the only way that money can come to you? And we create budgets and we create lists and we focus on all the things that we don't want. And we see more and more and more scarcity. You know, when I did a budget, and this was only in recent years, I noticed that the more I did a budget, the less I had. You know why? Because my energy and focus was going on all the lack and limitation. I was counting the dollars. And so because my energy was going towards the budget, I was just seeing more and more and more scarcity. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? The universe is working against me. What have I done? This is the first thing we do. What have I done to deserve this? The universe will never punish you. The universe doesn't have punishment to give. All it can do is match back to you your frequency. It doesn't have favorites. It doesn't bless certain people and then want to curse others. No, you're the creator. You're the one that is powerful. You're the one that is illuminating and energizing every thought you have, and those thoughts, through your power and intention, become powerful. Thoughts are in themselves just thoughts. It is you that give them meaning. It is you that give them power to create the conditions of your life. Now, Aaron, let me know in the comments what the next question that we have that has come through. And I'll get to the next question. I love answering questions. And we've got some good questions that have been submitted. This question is from Sylvia. Sylvia asked, what is the first step to manifesting desires? Well, the first step, the number one and the most important step, is to be clear about what you want. First, you've got to be clear about it. When it comes to visualization, you need to really get clear and use what I call focused or intended thought. You need to be very specific about what you want. Through being focused, through being specific, you're being very clear with the universe. Now, you don't need to keep trying to visualize and create and create and create. No, you need to do it once. And then you need to let it go and then allow the universe to respond to that. This is a mistake that people often make when it comes to manifesting. They're trying and they're waiting and they're saying when, and they're being told to be patient. Be patient, be patient. I'm being patient with the universe. No, what you're vibrating is the energy of patience. And you're just getting more to be patient about. Your energy becomes patience. Your energy has to be a vibrational match to what you want. We bring about delays, obstacles by putting things into a wanted tense. I am going to be abundant. No, you are abundant. Yeah, but I don't look. That's silly, Paul, because I don't see abundance in my life, is the first thing people say. First, you have to believe it. If you don't believe it, you won't fool the universe. You have to say it and say it and say it and believe it and affirm it. And the more you do it, this works with anything in our lives. The more we give our attention to something, the better, the more strength we develop, the clearer we get. Some of you know I regularly go to the gym. I work out 5 times a week. I never developed any of my physicality in 1 or 2 sessions. Impossible to do. My consistency, my dedication has created my reality. This is why you can't just stay with a couple of messages around the law of attraction or manifestation. I've heard it all before and you flick. You need to live it. You need it to become your predominant thought. This needs to become your life. And you can't hear too many of these messages. This is going to remind you, this is going to encourage you, this is going to get you into a feel-good vibration so that your feel-good vibration creates what you want. Who agrees with this? I know you agree with me, Aaron. Let's go to the next question. And hello, we've got someone join from Virginia, and welcome to West who has joined. And we have Stevie. Hello, Stevie. Great to see you. Aaron's got a question coming through, and we've got Remy. Hello, and West. Jonathan asked, how can I overcome doubts and negative thoughts? This is a really good one. We're experiencing the negativity. We're experiencing the doubts. We're wanting to create and we're not seeing it. You know, one of the worst things that people can do is say to you, well, just be patient. Be patient with the universe. Be patient. No, we don't want more patience. In any given moment, I want you to pay attention to how you feel. The way you feel, if you're feeling down all of the time, you're vibrating at a lower frequency. And you're getting more to be down about, more to be depressed about, more to be worried about. You've got to elevate your energy. What is it for you that makes you feel good? For me, it's listening to music. Some call it corny, some of the music I listen to. But you know what? The music lifts me up, makes me feel good. I sing along in the car. I move and dance around to the music, and I'm sure people see me passing on the road and think I'm crazy. You know what? I'm elevating my energy. I'm feeling good. I'm lifting myself up. I'm feeling wonderful. I'm dancing around the house with my dog because I'm elevating my frequency and my energy, and life is responding to that frequency and vibration. I don't care if I'm corny. I don't care if I'm cheesy. I'm creating what I want. What are you thinking about? What are you creating? What are you manifesting? And sure, I used to be pessimistic. I used to look at the conditions of my life with an analytical standpoint, with an analytical mind, and talk about all the doom and the gloom. And I used to turn to the news in the morning. And I used to look at the world and say, ain't it awful? Look at all that. Look at what they're doing to us. All the chemicals in the food. And yet there are those of us that don't focus on what we don't want, so we don't manifest what we want. This isn't being a denialist. This is being clear about what you want. Because that's the question here. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm only trying to convince myself and those that want to live a life that is fulfilling, abundant, joyful, loving. Sometimes we have to do what is perceived as corny. Because I tell you what, negativity often in our society gets very dressed up as cool, doesn't it? It's cool to be skeptical. It's cool to be cynical. It's cool to be intellectual, and that is going to create for you more and more and more of those things for you to experience and for you to see in the world. Not the reality, not in my world, not what I am creating. No, not for me. Yeah, but you're a denialist, Paul. We live in our own world. Who knows this with social media? We live in our own echo chambers. We live in our own reality. We create our reality. I know this because when I walk down the street, I see other individuals that are living a completely different reality. For example, every day I walk down my local street, and Aaron knows this because he comes and works with me every few weeks, so he's familiar with the area I live. There are drug addicts on the street. There are homeless people on the street. Those people are living in a different reality. And although we are occupying the same physical space, I pass them every day. I'm operating and existing in a completely different world. Now, I'm not hating on people that are homeless and impoverished. In fact, I love to be abundant with them. I love to give them food if I can. And I'll even do that. And you can do that too. And try and lift their energy, make them feel good, make them smile, lift their frequency. Because that's the only thing that's going to free them. It's not more negativity. Aaron, what's our next question? And if you've got a question, you can type it in live as well. But what's our next question that we can get to here, Aaron? Some beautiful individuals that we've got. And we've got people from all around the world. We've got people from North America down here to Australia. We have the United Kingdom. We have Spain and Africa. Beautiful Africa, South Africa. Johannesburg. And I'd love to visit there one day. Now, Jonathan from Johannesburg has asked, how can I overcome? That is our previous question. Aaron, let me know the next question. We have had Jonathan's question. What's the next question that we have on our email list there? The next question. Boy, do I love being grateful. This is the next thing I want to really talk about is gratitude. How important being grateful for what you have. Yeah, but I don't have anything to be grateful for. Oh, yes, you do. We all breathe the same air. Oxygen is the most precious substance in this physical reality. Without it, you wouldn't survive for 1 minute. And yet there is an abundance of breath to breathe every day that keeps you alive. That is one thing you can be grateful for. Yeah, it might sound corny and simplistic, and yeah, you might take it for granted, but even that one little seed can elevate your frequency and vibration and lift you from feeling down and pessimistic to more optimistic and grateful. See, gratitude creates more to be grateful for. See, haters are going to hate because why? It's like a lemon. If you squeeze a lemon, what do you get out of a lemon when you squeeze it? Of course you get lemon juice. And you know, when haters, when they hear positivity and they get they get squeezed, they get uncomfortable, they get challenged. And what's going to come out of a hater? I'm not trying to convince anybody. I don't need to do it. It's not my role. And here's the thing. Not everybody has to believe this stuff. In fact, it's been my observation that the vast majority of people never will. And that is why the vast majority of people are sick, are poor, are broke, are miserable, are depressed and unhappy. Doesn't make them bad people. I let that concept go a long time ago. Good and bad and no. There's just difference. There's just energy. Either really positive energy or really negative energy. If someone is polarizing to the negative, eat your heart out. Go for it. Go for gold. Not my choice. I want to feel good. I want to create goodness in the world. I want to make others feel good. I want to help elevate others' frequency and vibration. I want to create a life intentionally. And I want to make the world a better place. What are you doing with your life? How are you using your energy? Are you tearing others down and trying to feel better by having a perceived inflated ego? Or are you trying to build people up? Are you trying to elevate people? Are you trying to enrich their lives and make this world a better place? Someone's called me a hipster preacher. I take that as a compliment. And someone asked before what my little headset is all about. And no, it is not a communication device with extraterrestrials. And neither is it a communication device with the universe. I don't need an external apparatus. I have an internal one that directly connects. It is, in fact, only a microphone. Aaron, what is our next question that we have in the chat? I'm eager to answer from. We have Sarah from Santa Barbara. Welcome to you, Sarah. It's always good just reading through some of the comments here. Great to have you. Aaron has said, Trisha has asked, what is the best way to visualize my goals effectively? Trisha, to visualize your goals effectively, you need to be clear about those goals. This is why having a journal or a vision board and being very specific about what you want. We often lack discipline and consistency. These are the two keys that I see over and over again with people. They lack consistency and discipline. You need to be very intentional. You need to be very intentional to create what you want. Intention. Consistency. In the face of despair, in the face of when everything else tells you that you're not going to make it and you don't buy, you don't subscribe to that way of thinking. You subscribe to what you want. And what you want, and if you don't give up and you don't listen to the naysayers, because they'll always be there trying to drag you down, the naysayers, the accusers, it's not a new phenomena. They'll always be there. Are you going to listen to them? Are you going to let the negativity tear you down? Because I tell you what a negative person loves to do. One of the most favorite things that a negative person will do is try to drag you down with them. Come on, in your family, those people at work, those people online, boy, do they love to criticize you. Boy, do they love to pick you apart, trying to inflate their sense of self. And why do they do it? Why do they do it? So that they can feel superior. Because inside they feel inferior. And they're desperate to have a sense of inferiority. They're desperate, and they'll try to persuade you to give it to them unless you allow them to have power over you. People don't take my power away because I ain't giving it away. It's mine. I'm keeping it. And I'm keeping on doing what I am doing regardless of what people may think about it. Either good or bad, by the way, because the positive affirmation, the positive reception can be just as big as a trap than the negative ones. And I know this because I work with a lot of highly successful people in the entertainment industry, in the arts, in politics, and all different spheres of life that have succeeded. And I've witnessed this over and over again. You have to derive your sense of self from yourself and not what others people think, good or bad. Going with the lagginess with YouTube, I am looking down and perceiving that we have some lagginess. YouTube, please, please help us get better connections with YouTube. Perhaps it's a busy time and the data centers are overloaded. I'm going to answer one more question before I close, because I want to make sure that we get to enough questions. Reese has asked, how long does it take to see results from using the law of attraction? Well, it depends. You can manifest instantly. For example, today I got up. It's my routine. I'm greeted in the morning by my beautiful puppy Louie, who gives me a big lick on either cheek. And I get up and I put my coffee machine on, ready for my morning coffee. And I get back into bed and I have that coffee and I do my affirmations and I do some meditation, I do some visualizing. And in that process, I'm not going to my phone. I haven't even opened an app on my phone. I haven't even looked at it at this point. And I'm doing all of those things. And I'm getting into a feel-good vibration. I'm feeling good. I'm getting into optimism. And then I get ready in the morning, and this morning I had an errand to do, so I had to be in the car early this morning. And I pumped on the music, and I had positive music that some people would think was quite corny. And I started to sing along, and as I'm singing my first appointment, I was in a high energetic mood. And you know what? The interaction I had was an alignment to that. And then after that, I started to just have one thing fall into place after the other, after the other, after the other. Because why? I am creating my life. If I get up in the morning and I go straight to my smartphone and I open my emails and I'm feeling bad about myself, You know what I'm going to get in my email box if I'm feeling bad and discouraged? I'm going to get negative emails, and because I'm creating it. I tell you what, when I'm not feeling good, I don't open emails. It's the last thing I want to do when I'm not feeling. And this is so important. I need to get myself into a feel-good vibration. I need to energize myself. I need to fill myself up. I need to discard any negative thinking. And I need to start thinking about what is positive, because that is what my life is going to have in it for that day. So I hope that answers that question from Reese there. Someone says, love the Joe Dispenza practice. Joe's work is phenomenal about rewiring the brain and neuroplasticity, and he's got some meditations there. Great way to go. Some people don't like coffee. I don't mind coffee. I think in moderation, I really like the smell of it and the aroma of coffee. And where I'm from here in Australia, we have a beautiful Italian community, don't we, Aaron? And we have a great coffee culture. I love a morning coffee. Gets me going. Gets me in a good vibration. What do you think about marijuana, brother? I don't pass judgment on other people. Look, it's not for me. Not something that I partake in. If someone is using it, sure, I don't judge them. If they find that they're addicted to it, I would say that that would be something to look at. When it comes to other people, and I said this earlier, the moment you judge somebody, marijuana user, drug user, this or that, you're passing judgment on. The moment you put out judgment onto another person, you're bringing judgment back into your life, because that is the frequency that you're emitting to the universe. You're just going to bring judgment right back on you. I relinquished judging. Not for me. If that works for them, eat your heart out. If negativity, if hate, if spamming people's lives, eat your heart out. We keep this respectful here, so those people generally don't stick around for very long. But eat your heart out. Stop judging. It's a waste of energy. Stop judging other people. If it's your truth, it's your truth. You see, this is my truth. It's not going to resonate. The law of attraction, some people think it's baloney. Some people are going to pull it apart and say, hey, it's wishful thinking and it's just a simplistic way of being. Life's more complicated than that. They are the people that get complicated lives, because that is what they believe, and that is exactly what they get. All right. Last comment here, and then I will end the live stream. Paul, I want to thank you so much for the Dolores Cannon material you shared. Your clips have changed my life. Thank you. It's my honor to share from my great teacher who trained me, Dolores Cannon. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can book a one-on-one session in my bio. You can find that here on Instagram. And Aaron, can you put my email in the chat now? Just pop my email into the chat so people can email me directly with people personally. I learn a lot as well when I work with people one-on-one. A lot of people in this space don't so much work with people one-on-one. I enjoy to do it. Aaron is just popped my email onto the chat. So thank you for joining, everybody. And if you're watching the replay, say hello, or g'day, as we say here in Australia. Say g'day. Let me know where you're joining me from. Let me know if your energy is elevated even by hearing the sound of my voice. If you feel better, who feels better, for those that have stuck around by just listening to this message, who feels better? You've got lots of hearts coming up. And that is exactly my intention. Because if you can feel good and if you can keep this energy alive always, then guess what your life's going to look like? Guess what reality you're going to be living? Because the way we feel, we become a vibrational match energetically to it. This is why we have to lift ourselves up and do whatever it takes. For me, it's putting on messages like this. It's putting on music that inspires me. It's running around. It's being a little bit silly. It's being a bit perceivably crazy. And who cares? Because when you don't derive a sense of self from what an other person may or may not think, then you are free to be you. Much love, and I'll see you next time I communicate.